The Rays are about to embark upon a daunting part of the schedule, playing 40 games in the next 41 days. First up, a trip into Camden Yards with right-hander Jake Faria headed to the Hill against slugger Manny Machado and the Orioles. We have a beautiful night for baseball. You could say it is a charming evening from the Charm City. The Rays and the Orioles opening this three-game set over the weekend. Will now be a four-game set with a makeup doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you aboard. Well, the Rays have this long road trip ahead. It starts tonight, a great pitching matchup. Jake Faria will be on the hill for the Rays.
Listen, both of these guys tonight, him and Kevin Gausman, throwing the ball extremely well, like you said, Dwayne. And for Jake Faria, let's look at his last two starts. You know, he's coming off of a start in Detroit, 8 shutout innings. He follows that up with 5 1/3 of giving up just 1 run against the Toronto Blue Jays, and you see the numbers, what they come out to. The big reason why, mechanically sound. You know, when he's able to hang out over that rubber for that split second longer, then all of a sudden he's driving downhill, everything is in rhythm and on time, and when he does that, his pitches, they dance and they dart. Kevin Gausman, on the other hand, outside of the first start of the season for him, he has been very, very good, culminating in his last outing. 9 shutout innings out in Oakland against the A's, but in true 2018 Baltimore Oriole fashion, all he gets out of that is a no decision. It'll be interesting to see if these two offenses tonight can figure these two guys out.
Well, the Rays have seen a lot of Gausman. He's 5-5 against them with a .357 career mark. And for Jake Faria, 1-0 against this Baltimore Orioles ball club with a .478. Rays and the Orioles coming up from Baltimore. Rays have won the only 2 games they've played this year and 9 of the last 11 against these two teams going back into last season. First pitch right around the corner. Back in a moment. Well, the long journey begins tonight in Baltimore. The Rays and the Orioles square off. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Rays, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Denard Span's going to lead off for the Rays, followed by C.J. Cron, and then Joey Wendell plays second base and hits third. Wilson Ramos, with his hitting streak still going, at 16 will hit cleanup in front of Matt Duffy, and then Brad Miller. Carlos Gomez in right hits seventh. Alex Smith in center, the number 8 hitter, and Adeiny Echeverria back in the starting lineup, and he will bat ninth.
Well, we talked about Kevin Gausman in the open, and he's making his 8th start of the season. The record 2-2 ERA of 3.30, 43 2/3 innings, so averaging up over 6 innings per, 36 strikeouts to go along with 12 walks.
Well, here's Span all set. The Rays trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. They got to within a game of 500, dropped 3 in a row. They're now 15-19. And here's Span stepping in against Gausman. First pitch of this game is a little bit wide. A ball and no strikes. Brian Knight calls the balls and strikes. Veteran umpire. And a strike call right there. 80 degrees here in Baltimore under clear skies. What a lovely night. The other way toward the line. That's Mancini on the run. He got it. Mancini got that ball just fair. That started to dive on him out there, and he got that glove hand down and somehow made the catch. Impressive play.
I mean, right off the turf too, Dwayne. That looked like that was going to fall in and lead off extra base hit here for the Rays. I don't think anybody thought this ball was going to be playable at first. A little slow getting out of the boxes, Span. And how about that play? That ball is right on top of the grass. Glove beats it there.
Well, it was so spectacular that Kevin Cass said, hey, let's look at the video again, and then decided no, he actually caught that ball. C.J. Cron takes the pitch outside, 1-0. Cron starting the night with 7 home runs. Strike around the knees, and it's 1-1. High shot back into straightaway center. Jones back about 4 steps from the track, and he makes the catch.
Let's take a look at the rest of that Baltimore Oriole defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Trey Mancini, Adam Jones, and Anthony Santander. Across the infield, third to first, Jace Peterson, Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope back here tonight with Chris Davis and Chance Sisco behind the plate.
Well, Joey Wendell hitting third. Starts the night batting .273, and he looks at a strike.
We've already seen that plate a little bit wide here. And when you think about the kind of late movement that Gausman gets, that could play to a benefit. Same with Jake Faria.
And a base hit the other way for Wendell. That will snap a hitless streak for the Rays infielder. He had gone 0 for 19 and is aboard his first time up tonight.
Boy, and not shocking at all that that hit goes the other way. This is a good pitch by Gausman. In and inside out is Joey Wendell. Being able to get those hands through there, stay inside that baseball, use the left side of the field.
Now Wilson Ramos, the hottest hitter going right now. 16-game hitting streak. And He takes a fastball for a strike.
Another one right there on the edge, maybe just a little bit off. And you see the velocity, not going to blow you away, but late life and an excellent split finger, put away, swing and miss type pitch when he gets to 2 strikes.
Pitch is down, 1-1. Interesting to look at his numbers. If he's behind early in the count, you got a shot. If he gets ahead, good luck.
And it's a coin flip. Yep. I mean, he's got one of the lowest first pitch strike percentages in Major League Baseball. He really is just over 50%, and so you're right. He falls behind, and what that tells you is that those falling behind, those at bats start to snowball on you a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're 2-0, 3-1.
Now 2-1 to count. If you look at those numbers, first pitch for hitters, they're hitting 345 off him to start it at bat. 1-0. 429, 2-0, 477. But on the other side of that, he can be deadly if he gets you down in the count.
Well, and that just speaks to the life of the pitches, and especially that split finger. Yeah, he throws it. That's the type of pitch that he could tell you it's coming, and if he executes it, you're probably going to swing at it, and you're not going to be able to do much with it because it darts out of the zone as well as anybody's. He's able to keep it in the zone long enough that you have to make a decision. I better go after this, and by that time it's gone.
No hitters overall batting just 228 off him, so it gives you an idea with that splitter how deadly he is, and right there makes that point.
When you're above, and I know it's by 1, but when you're ahead of Tanaka, you know how good his is. Enough said.
Popped up, foul ball. Cisco away with the mask and makes the catch. The Rays get a base hit, leave a man. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. On at the top of the first. Lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Trey Mancini followed by that gentleman right there, Adam Jones. Then Manny Machado. Jonathan Scopes back active at second base, hitting cleanup in front of Chris Davis. Mark Trumbo the DH. Chance Cisco catches. Anthony Santander in right. Jace Peterson at third, bats ninth.
Well, Jake Faria in a really nice spot here for the Rays as he gets ready to make his 8th start of the season. 3-1 record, 4.15, and we talked in the open about how good he's been his last 2.
And the first pitch, fastball, ball 1. Trey Mancini made that impressive catch inside the left field line. 1-1. Rookie season last year, hit .293. Young man born in Winter Haven. He's made his home in Lake Wales. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, the thing with Jake is mechanically, is he sound? Is he rushing towards home plate a little bit too soon? Usually you see that early in a game.
3-1 now.
And that's where all the problems lie. I mean, when you look at him, when he's locked in from pitch 1 and everything is on time as he really starts to drive towards home plate, he has great outings. When he struggles, it's the first couple of innings.
3-1 skied toward right center. And that's Gomez over there making the call and the catch. 1 away.
Now let's take a look at the rest of the Rays defense, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, we've got Denard Span, Malik Smith, and Carlos Gomez. Across the infield, third to first, Matt Duffy, Adeiny Echeverria, Joey Wendell, and Brad Miller. Wilson Ramos behind the plate.
So 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Adam Jones stepping in. Fouls that pitch back. Strike 1. Too low on that one, and it's 1-1. Baltimore coming in 10-27 on the year with a couple of wins. They won the Kansas City series here.
Well, someone had to.
It's a liner into left, will drop in front of Denard Span. Jones reaching out, soft liner, and he's aboard.
Yeah, how did he even reach that pitch, number 1, to be able to drop it in for a base hit, especially before this guy comes to the plate, Manny Machado. Let's take a look at the scouting report on him. How about we start with bright spot in what has been a gloomy 2018 season here for the Orioles out of the gate. He has been the lone bright spot, one of the lone bright spots. The .350 average, 439 on base, 10 homers, 29 driven in. Big reason why, Dwayne, airborne. He has his lowest ground ball percentage of his career by a wide margin, and so more balls in the air with his kind of power, more extra base hits, higher average. It's worked its way out across the board.
Well, you can only imagine. Machado goes after this one and sends it deep into left center field. That ball is gone. 2-run home run by Machado, and it's 2-0 Baltimore. Didn't even have time to get it out. To talk about, if you could only imagine if he spent the rest of his career here lifting the ball the way he is. Going to be a free agent. He's going to be 26 next month.
Yeah, because it's not like this ball was crushed. He got underneath that slider. Yeah, that ball breaking down in the zone. He gets underneath it, but this place is a hitter's dreamland, and he gets enough of it out there into left center field. Drop it 7-8 rows deep. I mean, just think about the comparison. You know, that home run right there, where is that at Yankee Stadium? You know, that's over 364 here. Yankee Stadium's 399.
Yep.
That ball may be a double. It may be caught if they have you positioned properly.
Broken bat roller left side for Echeverria. Scope is out of there. Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, they've had him here coming up through the system, and as we mentioned, he's 25 now, and next month 26, and then into the free agent market. And he is having an unbelievable year. 31 runs batted in now with 11 home runs, and started the night hitting .350. Here's Chris Davis. Pitch is down, 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, Machado and Harper highlighting the hitters in that free agent class. Clayton Kershaw, the lefty, 2-0. You know, there'll be some questions as you illustrated there with your artwork.
Well, it wasn't very good artwork, but that's okay. Listen, the Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, they're going to get paid. There's no question about that. Early in their careers, when you look at the age, not like they're 30 years old, they're in their mid-20s. But Clayton Kershaw, the question there is if he continues to have these nagging little injuries, will he opt out? I think that's the question you start to ask yourself now. Because no question.
Into left, that's going to drop. Base hit in front of Span. An opposite field single for Chris Davis.
Chris Davis has had an awful time here in 2018, and he's able to fight one off and dump it into left field, but it has been a nightmare season for him. Pitch up and away, and that's what you talk to some of the people around this team, and they said here as of late, as they've swung the bats a little bit better, there have been more balls going the other way. We know for a fact that that's when the Rays were at their hottest. Use the whole field.
There's Trumbo, the DH tonight, down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Trumbo's back in their lineup. Jonathan Scope is back. And it seems that hitting begets hitting.
That phrase, fighting at the bat rack.
Yep.
I mean, it has standed the test of time for a reason.
Hot shot off the glove of Echeverria. Throw to first. He recovers and gets him over there at first base in time. 2 runs scored, 3 hits. The big blow, the 2-run home run by Machado.
Today marks the first day of 40 games in 41 days, and I was talking with manager Kevin Cash, and he said he thinks the consistency will actually help the offense get into a rhythm. He said what will be the biggest challenge is managing the pitching and the bullpen with only 1 off day in over a month. And I asked a couple of the players how they approach that kind of schedule, and the most common answer was to make sure they stick to their routine and get rest. And I think the true test kicks off tomorrow with the doubleheader. But Brian, I want to know, how did you handle a shift in schedule like that?
Well, you know what? It's actually easier, for being a starting pitcher, most of my career. It's easier for the pitchers because you have your 5-day routine. You're going to pitch on a Sunday, following start on a Friday, and it keeps you on that routine. So you're appreciative of not having all the off days where you get bumped back a day and maybe you're pitching every 6th day, every 7th day. Nice fastball there by Gausman, but it takes a toll on the position guys, the everyday guys that you want in that lineup day in and day out. That's what the guys that really have to watch themselves and get the good rest. Pitchers, they're okay with it, but a little tough for the bullpen too, because they're going to be called upon more frequently and maybe not get as much rest, but position players are the ones that wear that.
Yeah, and I thought Kevin Cash's comments that she mentioned interesting, and that you get into a stretch like that And it's the manager who has to be aware of those everyday players, the position players. Not to run them into the ground, yet keep them fresh, all of that. And working a bullpen, handling that bullpen also during a long stretch like that. Very challenging at times.
Yeah, you're right. They earn their money because you've got to look guys in the eye. You got to, notice little subtleties with body language. Is a guy not moving as quick as you normally see him move? Does he need a day? When does he need that day? Oh, by the way, maybe the day you'd like to sit him, he's got a good matchup that day. So you've got to factor in a ton of stuff and try to keep the arms as fresh as possible too.
A lot of managers, all of them look for that, try to be heads up on all that. I just wonder, 1 and 2, as we had a shot of Kevin Casher, former catcher. The catcher sees everything when he's playing. Handling a pitcher on the mound. Kevin was a catcher and a pretty good defensive catcher at that. And then a bullpen coach, now manager. And that might actually give a guy with his background a little bit of an edge maybe over some other managers who weren't catchers. I've always thought catchers had a pretty good chance of making solid managers because of that.
Well, and there's a ton of them. Yep. You're right. I mean, they're all sprinkled throughout the game.
And Miller swinging over that strikeout pitch. Duffy caught looking, Miller swinging.
And meanwhile, you go back to, here's that devastating. That's that split we're talking about. That ball started outer third above the knees and ends up well off the plate and almost in the dirt.
Yeah, if he's ahead of you 1 and 2 and throws that pitch, it's not fair.
And you can almost bank on you're going to see it.
Yep.
I mean, when he gets you the 2 strikes, that is his wipeout.
Gomez takes a fastball for a ball.
Who I also always thought would make terrible managers are pitchers, because they're so into their own little routine and their one day. Buddy Black doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to get thrown out of the pitchers fraternity if you keep that conversation alive. 1, 2, 3, go the Rays. 2-0 Baltimore. In Baltimore, the Orioles with a couple runs in the first on the home run by Machado. Chance Sisco, their catcher, leads off against Jake Faria. Foul ball right there. Caught a little part of the Rays catcher Wilson Ramos.
He's like, don't even ask me. I've got a hit streak going on here. I'm staying in the game. I mean, direct shot. Boy,
those guys expect it, even expecting it. like that, it's hard to watch those guys every night, because you know every night you're going to get hit a few times. 1-1 now.
And you know, deep down, they've got certain pitchers that they like catching, and other ones that they know are going to beat them up good.
Yep. Cisco out in front right there. Cisco homered off Faria in the game Jake started against the Orioles at the end of April here. Bounces this one foul. Count still a ball, 2 strikes. Cisco, Santander, and Peterson. A look at that fastball he hit out.
Yeah, showing good power the other way. Able to drop that out over that wall in left center field. It becomes inviting. 364.
This one up the left side, and that's going to be a foul ball back into the stands, holding the count right there at a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, the traditional shift, except this time Echeverria more up the middle. A lot of times you see him be the one that's out there in shallow right field.
2-2.
Well, they move these guys all over the place. Shortstop is not what it meant 15, 20 years ago. Shortstop, you're playing second base, up the middle, shallow right.
Full count now. Cisco 2 for 4 in his career against Faria. Both have been home runs. Hit one last year off him. And now ball 4. Oh, nope, that's a strike call. Cisco is ready to take his base, and up with the right arm, Brian Knight. So he's caught looking.
Boy, he took it right to the edge of that zone, up and away, and just sticks it right in the corner.
Well, we saw in the first inning, it appears that Brian Knight wants an expansive strike zone, and that strike there up and away, a call third on Cisco.
Swing the bat.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, you talk to people that have been around the game, that have played the game, that have observed the game, that just have been, you know, all over this. And they say, if you want a pace of play to pick up, call strikes. Call strikes.
Yep. A little out in front there, and skies it to right for Gomez. Santander's the second out. 2 gone. Well, I think you could put together a pretty good consensus that that's one of the first things you could do to move that along. And I don't think many people would object to that either.
As long as you're consistent,
yep.
That's all the players have ever asked for. You know, there were plenty of times that you're out there pitching and you know you're getting 2 or 3 inches off the plate, and you're trying to exploit that. The other guy's getting the same, and as long as the strikes were consistently called, you didn't have to always agree with the strike zone, but you had to abide by it, and you adjusted your game accordingly. And that's just the way it went. Nobody complained. They went out and played ball.
First pitch strike in to Jace Peterson.
It's when you go to an area for a strike, and then you go back there and it's a ball, then you start to frustrate both sides. But if your strike zone's even a little big and it's consistently called,
ball 2. And with a breaking ball, he's missed with a couple of those to go to 2-1. Machado hit a home run with a man on in the first. Peterson up here now. Mancini's on deck. We're in the bottom of the second in a 2-0 ball game. And that is strike 3 called. Fastball gets him looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. We go to the third. 2-0 Baltimore. Mason, who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Alex Smith will lead it off here in the third for the Rays. First pitch, fastball outside, 1-0. Alex, 9th in the league in hitting with a .326 average. 1-1. Baseball on the other side of the plate by him. It's 1-2. Nothing but hard stuff so far here against Alex Smith.
Just coming right after him, challenge fastballs. Nothing too fancy about that. Now you get into looking for that pitch, and all of a sudden here comes the split. Does he stay with the hard stuff?
And the fastball is fouled back.
Yeah, shortened on the swing there. That was just a try to foul that off or punch that ball into left field. Now's about the time you may see the split come out, especially after that fastball was elevated. Get the eye level up high. Try to get him down low.
And he fouls it. Nice job there by Smith.
Yeah, those pitches in tandem. Not easy to foul both of those off. They're both good. And here's 10 miles an hour lower and with good movement down and away, and he just goes out and slaps it into the stands.
Right back to the mound. The underhanded toss. It's Alex Smith off the bases. Our Toyota inside look. The Rays have had a pretty nice run against the Orioles recently. Here's the breakout over their last 5 outings, 5 wins.
In there, got ERA, average. I guess you could just go right down through it. That's domination. That's what that is.
Rays facing a tough one tonight in Kevin Gausman. First pitch strike to Echeverria.
You know, he gave up 6 earned runs in his first start of the year against the Twins in 4 innings. Since then, he's 2-1 with a .227, and it's falling here tonight. But in his last 6 coming in, 2-1 with a a 2.27.
Well, Gossman was their first round pick back in 2012 out of LSU, and they picked him with high expectations, as you rightfully expect from a number 1. And the first round pick, line drive, Echeverria lines to the shortstop Machado. Overall, he was the 4th pick. And they wait a little while, but boy, has he shown signs of being the top of the staff starter they had projected for him.
Well, and you know, this is an organization too that has had trouble developing pitchers. You know, for whatever reason, even their high draft picks haven't turned out to be the guy they thought that he would. And you know, you can think about Zach Britton. He was going to be a starter. Now he's turned out to be a deluxe closer, but that's not what they had in mind when they got it.
Span's going to roll it through the left side of the infield. They had Machado shaded toward the bag at second, and Denard Span takes advantage of the opening. It's a 2-out single.
Sometimes it's not about how hard you hit it. You see how he doesn't have much of a stride at all. That foot just goes up, down, and he slaps that ball the other way.
C.J. Cron. Pitch is a strike to Cron. Big cut and a miss. Fastball up. He went out of the zone, but the pitch up there looks pretty good.
What have we seen tonight, Dwayne, from Gaussman already? Is the willingness, fastballs in, out, up, down, lefties and righties, working both sides of the plate, not letting these Rays hitters get comfortable at all.
Well, he's pitching with 94, 95, and then that split. Boy, the one he threw to Brad Miller, untouchable.
No, it's unfair is what it is. You know, that ball stays in the zone, and that's what the good off-speed pitches stay in the zone long enough to where you've got to make a call, and then by that time, that's when it starts to tumble or spin out. And by the time you finish your swing, the catcher's either blocking it or catching it just off the dirt.
Two-strike count on Cron. 1 on, 2 outs. The fastball is fouled back.
He continues to challenge him with that fastball, you know, up and in. And C.J. Cron, you know, on his hot streak, he's going to hit the ball out of the yard. He likes that ball middle of the plate, middle down, even sometimes down and in. That's why you see these pitchers try to go up and in. Get away from those hot zones.
Gossman thought he had the corner there, but missed. That was outside at 96. He was ready to walk off.
Well, in 1997, he gets that.
And then the next pitch, a little bit more out there, he would get that too. And this one's going to get by Cisco, allowing Span to advance. A wild pitch charged to Gossman, his 3rd of the year. The Rays have a man in scoring position for the first time in this game. 2 outs, top half of inning 3.
Trying to finally go with that off-speed pitch down and away and just buried it. Cisco can't keep it in front. This is why you never give up on an inning. Opposite field base hit, now you got a scoring chance.
Another foul ball. So this will be at least a 9-pitch at bat for Cron. And there's a liner into right, a base hit. Santander comes to get the ball. Span will score standing, and the Rays are on the board. Boy, what a great at bat for C.J. Cron to drive in the run. And on the 9th pitch, he singles into right.
You know, and Gaussman went right where he wanted to with that pitch. They wanted to go up and in again, and you could hear the bat shatter. He gets in there pretty good, cracked that handle, but C.J. Cron just strong enough to drop it in, and again, it goes back to Denard Span, 2 outs, nobody on. Ground ball the other way, a wild pitch, a broken bat, cut the lead in half.
Here's Joey Wendell. Strike one. Wendell snapped to hit the streak with a base hit in the first. And a good cut at the fastball, and he fouled it right back. Just challenged him there.
Well, he tried to bury that fastball in, but the late movement, the run, took it right to the middle of the plate, and Wendell had a great hack at it.
And a cut and a miss. Well, followed that one up with that change fading away, and it's 2-1, middle of the third.
Of the third. Well, it's time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. We're going to take a look at 20-year-old shortstop Lucius Fox out of the Bahamas in High A Charlotte for the Stone Crabs. In just 29 games, he is hitting .342 with 8 extra base hits, 11 RBIs. He was acquired in the Matt Moore trade from the San Francisco Giants. Guys.
First pitch, Mancini lifts a high fly ball to right, caught by Gomez. And Mancini is out number 1. Out of that leadoff spot. A little update from the minor league system there. With that in mind, Rays with that doubleheader tomorrow, and nothing official, but Anthony Banda is up with the club. It would appear that we will get a chance to see the young lefty. Adam Jones, 1 ball, no strikes to him.
Well, there are going to be plenty of innings to go around here in this series. 4 games in 3 days, a traditional doubleheader tomorrow. Well, and you already have the built-in 26-man roster for the doubleheader. So will he take that spot, or will he Will there be another corresponding move made? That's still up in the air, but you're definitely going to see him at some point.
Pitch down, 2-1. Well, as Michelle gave us the update on Fox playing at Charlotte, that's part of that Matt Moore deal that also involved Matt Duffy. So the Rays hoping to get more. Not that I really meant to say more because they traded more, but they're hoping to get more than just Duffy at some point to pay big league dividends in that trade.
Well, just 20 years old. Got a few steps to go, but
broken bat and a ground ball to Duffy. The throw to first, picked up there by Miller. And Jones is out, number 2. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, I think that is one of the, when you look at the Tampa Bay Rays and the situation that they're in, they're not going to have a $200 million payroll anytime soon and all of that. You need to develop your own players. That's the bottom line. You're not going to be able to go out and sign a ton of free agents, and sure, you can get some guys in some trades from time to time, but draft, develop is imperative for franchises like Tampa.
And I think it's that way for most franchises now.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about Machado here at the plate. He's going to go to the free agent market as he drives this one to right field. Gomez will have room to make the catch to retire the side. The point being, how many teams? 5, 6 at the most could be involved in the bidding for Machado. 2-1 ball game through 3. Go to the Rays half the 4th. Visit a local participating 7-Eleven store. Pick up a Rays discount coupon for $7.11 tickets to the game Friday, May 25th against the Orioles. Keep saving with $5 Budweiser and Bud Lights exclusively on the Budweiser porch. Ages 21 and over, please drink responsibly. Ball 1 to Wilson Ramos. Well, the longest hitting streak in Rays history, Jason Bartlett back in 09 had a 19-gamer. And Wilson Ramos has a 17-game hitting streak. Base hit the other way. So the leadoff hitter in the 4th inning is aboard as Wilson Ramos continues his hot hitting.
Yeah, Wilson Ramos once again not going to see many pitches. And how about this? You want to stay away from me? I will hit the ball the other way. We've seen him do a lot of that, taking advantage of Jonathan Schoop, kind of shading up the middle. That's a traditional second baseman ground ball right there, but he's hit.
Well, he catches Aubrey Huff in that race up the hitting streak chart. Quentin McCracken with an 18-gamer in '98, and the aforementioned 19-game hitting streak for Bartlett in '09. One strike to count on Matt Duffy.
I like no drama here tonight. You know, the last couple have come in the 8th and the 9th inning, getting tight there at the end.
The foul ball fouled right back into the screen.
I think you also love the fact too it's to lead off an inning. You know, you're able to cut the lead in half. Last time you were at the plate, now a leadoff base hit. Gausman right back into the stretch.
Talk about golfing a pitch right there. See where that was? Down and in. Foul ball, still 2 strikes.
You just end up reacting. You start your swing and react because that ball darted down and in.
Tap, that will be a foul ball. Ramos will head back to first. Brad Miller is on deck. See another 2-strike pitch.
He's got the CJ Cronhot zone. Right, like the ball in the same area, middle to middle, down and in. Be careful.
Down and in, 500. That's why he tracked that pitch out of the zone so well that he fouled to stay alive 0-2. One and 2 now the count. And Duffy is out on strikes. Well, he got him down and in. Strikeout number 4 for Gausman.
Boy, just a perfect pitch. That's how you get him. You go into his neighborhood, that 500 is going to drop a hair. But look at that pitch. Look how long it stayed in the zone, in the middle of the zone, before bottoming out.
Now Brad Miller.
Well, there's the great look at that grip. Look how long it's in. It's in, got a swing, and now it is gone. Two
2-0. Well, you can see why the Orioles like Gausman from the beginning. Not only the collegiate career he had, but you know he's built. He's a big guy out there, long fingers. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, a lot of limbs. You know, lanky, and that's that finish with the long arm out in front is what gives you that late life at the end. There's a lot to like, and he's finally looking like he's starting to put it all together.
Well, they're taking all the way, and it's 3-1. Carlos Gomez on deck. Things have been better for Gomez lately at the plate. Base hit the other way. Line drive. Ramos will stop at second. Brad Miller is aboard. 2 men on with 1 out. for Carlos Gomez.
Yeah, a great example right there of why when Gosman falls behind in the count, that's where you could take advantage, because when he does, more than likely he's going to come with the heater. You basically take that split out of the equation and you could just sit back and rope the straight stuff.
Now Carlos Gomez. Gomez hitting 195 overall, but since the calendar turned to May, he's hitting 292 in the month of May. Ground ball headed to short. Machado goes to second. First is wide. They do not get the double play. Ramos goes to third. Gomez reaches on a fielder's choice, and the Rays will have men on the corners with 2 outs from Alex Smith.
Well, they had a chance, but everything had to go perfectly. Machado gets rid of it quickly, and Scope wide on the throw. Been a close play there at first base, but
you know, a nice job by Miller too, going into second base.
And you're so limited now. You know, you can't really take a guy out like you used to. You go in aggressively, but you got to basically slide into the front edge of that bag. Create some kind of distraction.
Now Alex Smith, potential tying run at third. And the fastball to start him. Strike one.
You ever think that Major League Baseball would go to pitcher's mound poison? Close plays at first, potential collisions. We don't want any of that. We used to do that when we were undermanned. Worked out well.
Ooh, a swing and a miss. Fastball up out of the zone, and it's 0-2.
Well, this is where you really got to dig in and battle, because you're in a tough spot, and he can go anywhere in the zone or out of the zone that he would like.
A little tap by the mound, and the force play at second. Scope to Machado. Rays threaten, but leave two, down 2-1. Here in Baltimore.
Well, the Stormtrooper, the guy that came out of the gate hot was what's the best. He's always going to be the best, and no one's ever seen, by the way, a Stormtrooper. Yeah, there he is.
Yep, there
Gosh,
you go.
Yeah.
And a little flashback.
Yeah.
Yep, when we were somewhat intimidated. Well, you weren't. You were right there.
Well, it's because he's my favorite. He knows that.
I was a little nervous with what I had going on behind me there.
Watching you like a hawk.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is they don't even need the blaster, because Darth could just choke you out from like the other booth. That's the great thing about him. You don't get lippy with him. He'd take you right down.
1 strike the count. Ground ball headed up the middle, and right there for it behind the bag at second. Wendell to throw out Jonathan Scope.
Yeah, that's definitely a top 5 career highlight up to this point.
Yep.
There have been a lot of good ones, but that one, Darth in the booth with bodyguards.
Yep.
Not like he needs them, but okay. Well, that was an all-timer.
Yeah, we've had a lot of moments in Oakland.
We really have. We brought the wall down.
We did. I want to know. So we've got a great crew out there in Oakland. 2 balls, no strikes the count to Chris Davis.
There's a lot to like about Oakland. You love the batting practice music.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the best, maybe the best in baseball. 2-1 to count here. Chris Davis hitting. He singled his first time.
They got the food trucks now too.
Yeah,
you know,
a variety of them.
Yes, different every night. That's a great
Liner into center. Couple of pops picked up by Malix. And Davis is 2 for 2. Well, if they get him hot, you know, they have Scope back, Trumbo back. And if Davis starts to hit, I mean, this lineup can be dangerous.
You're right about that, and what we've noticed, the 2 swings here by Chris Davis tonight, you don't see that big, I'm trying to launch on every swing. Just a nice, smooth swing. First hit, granted he had to fight it off, was into left field. That one back up the middle into center. Maybe trying to take a little bit off that swing.
Trumbo, the DH tonight. Ball, no strikes. There's Davis.
Here, this pitch down and out over the plate. Look at the head down right on that baseball. Nice smooth swing, not overdoing it. And sometimes you'd see him pull off that pitch wildly. Everything was an all or nothing type swing. That one didn't look to be.
One and one. I'm sure the Orioles would like to send him home with a big copy of that photo and just hang it up in the living room, because that was a perfect swing for him.
That may be something that they are working on, because like I said, you talk to the people around here and they're trying to stress more using the whole field. They've been so one-dimensional for so long.
Ground ball shortstop, Echeverria. Wendell 1, first base 2, 6-4-3 on the double play. And we're headed into inning 5 as we take another look. And the double play started by Adeiny Echeverria. 2-1 Baltimore.
Heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Rays in Baltimore tonight to begin this three-city road trip. And they're down 2-1, facing right-hander Kevin Gossman. And Danny Echeverria to lead off. There's a shot toward right center field. Santander on the run, and that's going to be off the wall by the 373 marker. Leadoff double for Echeverria. The Rays right back with a scoring opportunity, this time putting the leadoff man aboard.
Not wasting any time at all, and Echeverria down in that 9-hole, a dangerous hitter. Hit that ball with authority deep out into right center field. That pitch meant to be away. Look how it moves right back into the middle of the plate. And Echeverria unloads.
So he becomes the potential tying run with Denard Span up there, who lifetime is 5 out of 11 against Gossman. 1 for 2 tonight. And he bunts, a little popper, and it's caught. What a play by Cisco. Stretching out down that third base side to catch the bunt off the bat and Span. An outstanding defensive play.
Yeah, and it's going to be our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game. Trying to advance that runner to third, ball's up. Chance Cisco, good athlete at the catcher position. And then how about alertly popping up there, knowing that you see Jace Peterson's going to come in. Now all of a sudden Echeverria is going to tag up. So he immediately starts to run towards third to keep him from advancing.
Oh, that's twice Span has been victimized by outstanding defensive work by the Orioles. In the first, Mancini made that catch down the left field line, and here Cisco on the bunt. And C.J. Cron takes a strike. Cron with the run batted in tonight for the Rays. Ground ball, base hit through the left side. Echeverria had to wait to see if it would go through, and he will be held at third. So Cron has his second hit tonight. First and third now.
Got that breaking ball, that slider working its way down to the zone, and Cron is able to hammer it through that 5-6 hole. Echeverria, a little bit of a late start getting off second base. You're not going to challenge there. Not the hold sign.
Well, Joey Wendell is up here. First and third, one out. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Strike one.
And Gossman needs the strikeout here. You start to think about Joey Wendell tapping into a double play, which is the other thing that he'd like to get. That's going to be tough. Joey gets out of the box well, runs well, and he's looking for a strikeout.
And back to back with that pitch, has him out in front and over it.
And you know what? That's what he struck him out with in his last at bat. So he's seen now 3 in a row and just has not been able to recognize it. Would not shock me to see another one right here.
Two strikes the count. And a little pop foul. Came back with a fastball in on him. And it's fouled out of play.
Maybe you use that pitch to set up another, give him something else to look at. I think that the way that he was executing that pitch, he didn't even need to waste anything. So be it. These guys know themselves a whole lot better than I do.
And a ground ball picked up by Scope. Out at second and out at first. 4-6-3. Wendell grounds into the double play. He may have hit the bag a little hard at first. It was close over there. Kevin Cash wants to take a look at the video. He hustled his way down the line, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. Still 2-1 Baltimore. Fans making the trek up here to Baltimore. Cisco leads it off, takes a pitch away. How about the top of the 5th? Gosman in trouble. It turned out to be only an 8-pitch inning.
With runners at first and third and a 4-pitch at bat to Joey Wendell.
Yeah, how about that? 8 pitches, and he got out of it with a double play.
And I didn't think that he was going to be able to do that. It took a sharply hit ball right at a middle infielder for him to get it done. Still close, but that's frustrating.
Correa touch for the Machado 2-run home run in the 1st. Now here in the 5th, he faces Chase Cisco, and it's popped up out to left, and Span takes care of that. Santander will be the hitter. Anthony Santander. Correa's given up the 2 runs, 4 hits. A couple strikeouts on the night. They came in the 2nd. Now Santander. Want to know Santander on this club because we mentioned the first series these teams got together. He's a Rule 5 guy and was injured, so he needed to stay active on the big league roster at the start of this year. And I think after this day, either today or tomorrow, he will have fulfilled that obligation, and the Orioles would be free to send him to the minor leagues without the need to offer him back. It'll be interesting to see what they do. 2-1.
This will be an organization that it'll be interesting to see what they do the rest of this season and in the offseason to try to remake things here. I mean, they've got decisions to be made, you know, up and down the roster, really, how they're going to retool this team. Some decisions are going to be made for them, but do you keep Manny Machado the rest of the year at 10 and 27 right now? Do you look to try to maximize any kind of trade value that he may have at this point, knowing that the team that gets him, he's not going to sign an extension for him? More than likely, he's going to hit the open market. So whoever's getting him is going to rent him.
Yep. And he has put up some great numbers to start this free agent season. upstairs. Santander, a Rule 5 pick out of the Cleveland organization in an effort by the Orioles to bolster their minor league system. Three-two. Lifted into short left for Donard Span. 2 up and 2 down. Cisco and Santander retired. Bases empty, 2 gone. Reminder, the new Rays Flex Pack has been released. Features a limited time low price of $75 for 5 lower level tickets. Save up to 60% off the single game ticket price and get a Devil Rays pullover presented by Dex Imaging with each pack purchased. Visit RaysBaseball.com/flex. Rays up. It's ball 1 to Peterson. One and one. Front. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, hey. I mean, that's orange.
That is an Orioles fan, to be sure.
Through and with cape, with the glasses, the hair. I mean, now let me ask you this: is that is that a wig, or is that legitimate? This is how I wear my hair day in, day out. Because it looks like, it doesn't look frumpy like a wig. Like, you know, like there's.
Yeah.
That could,
I'm going to go wig, though.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a good wig maker. That is, oh boy, Granny Machado.
Now that's a fun night out of the ballpark right there.
Unless you're within 3 rows of it, but other than that, I get it.
3-2, and it's skied toward Gomez and right. He's got it in a 1-2-3 5th inning. We go to the 6th. 2-1 Baltimore. Dealers.
The difference is this, Dwayne, and what we were talking about off camera. The difference is this: I remember last night. That's the
got
difference.
you. Okay, good. Pizza was good then.
Yeah, a couple pieces I had. It had a great setup. Really good.
Time before, was that pizza?
Yeah, there was definitely some forensics that had to be done in the AM to figure out what exactly went on.
Wilson Ramos, ground ball to third, scoop by Jace Peterson, who throws a strike across the diamond. One pitch and one out here in the 6th. Now the Rays' third baseman, Matt Duffy, looking for his first hit tonight. 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts. And a strike call. Ground ball, that's a foul ball. Duffy tonight has seen 12 pitches from Gossman, and 11 of them have turned out to be strikes of one kind or another. 11 out of 12 pitches.
Oh, that'll keep you on your toes. It'll keep you swinging that bat. He's mixed it up very well against him.
And look at the breakdown right there.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's almost too many strikes.
And another foul ball.
But you know, when you think about it too, you start to break those strikes down. How many of them would have ended up strikes or were swung at out of the zone? And I think that's a testament to his stuff. You think about all the splits that have been below the zone. You think about some of those fastballs that have been above the zone that the Rays hitters have turned into strikes.
Ground ball headed toward the middle. There's a base hit. Well, he kept throwing him strikes, and finally Duffy chopped one up the middle.
Boy, good job of staying inside that pitch. You know, not trying to pull it, rolling over in a ground ball back to Jace Peterson, but he stays inside of it, trying to run it in. It stays middle, and he's able to just poke it right back up the middle. You know, Matt Duffy will hit the ball all over the place, which is why you see the defense play him straight up, and he takes advantage there.
Look at that on fastballs. 408 for Matt Duffy.
Then you just don't throw him the fastball. Is it that tough?
This one is down. Yeah, but you got to throw that breaking stuff for strikes. You get behind him, you're forced to throw the fastball.
I wouldn't throw it to him. The guy, listen, those numbers speak for themselves, Dwayne. You're up over 4 bills. Maybe you just don't pitch to him at all.
Good cut and a miss by Brad Miller. 1-1. Well, the Rays had men first and third in the 5th inning. Double play ball ended that threat. They trailed 2-1.
Hey, how about the fact that the truck on the ball, I mean, you get a base hit on the fastball right to the graphic that's been built.
Well, they're paid professionals and do a great job.
And Matt Duffy not letting them down. He's doing his part too. If you build it, Dwayne, he will come.
Paid off that time here in the 6th in Baltimore. Hot shot, foul.
Matt Duffy working on his technique down there at first base on a line drive. He headed back towards first base like you're supposed to, even though the ball was well wide of the field. Not well wide of the field, but that line drive, he played it well. Watch this. Secondary, liner. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Now Miller is out on strikes as the bottom fell out of that pitch. Second time Gossman has used that pitch to strike him out.
Oh, that's so tough against the lefties. You know, moving away from these guys, and there it is. That's a strike that's actually not a strike. You turn it into one because the pitch is so nasty.
Carlos Gomez looks for his first hit tonight. Fastball inside. He starts to go, but held up. Ooh, big cut right there. He was trying to give the Rays the lead. Missed the fastball, and the count is 1-1.
We challenged him in, and that's a big. The helmet almost comes off. Down to one knee. He doesn't get cheated.
And he goes to right field here. A base hit, sending Duffy up to second. So a single. 2 men on, 2 men out.
How about the change in swings on almost the same pitch? The overswing, try to hit this ball out of the stadium, go down to one knee, and then he comes right back with a similar pitch. I'm just going to stay on it and shoot it the other way. Good adjustment made there by Gomez.
Well, he's an aggressive hitter, but as we mentioned earlier in May, he came into this game hitting .292 in May. And he took his shot, and he'll take his shot. We've got that pitch there and sent it to right.
I mean, how many hits tonight for the Rays have been up the middle the other way?
There's a pitch to Smith up.
You know, Wendell.
Well, Wendell hit one the other way.
Yep.
You're right. Span the other way. Crone the other way. Miller the other way.
Echeverria, deep right center.
The other way. Crone pulled one into left in the 5th.
Yep.
And then Duffy to center and Gomez to right in this inning.
So all but one. All but one. And that's when this lineup is going good.
And that's why I think this lineup is fun to watch.
There's no doubt.
Smith started to go, and he did. It's Mark Carlson on the call to third. Now 1-2. The Rays have flirted with tying it or taking the lead. 2 men on here. They left 2 men on in the 4th. They had 2 men on in the 5th. Hit to a double play. Now 2 men on, 2 men out in the 6th. Malik's checked in time, and boy, there's that dangerous pitch down and away that fades away. Tough to hold up on.
Yeah, I don't know how he did. But he did. He started to go, and man.
The 2-2. Foul back. Fastball mid-90s. Rays scored their run in the 3rd to make it 2-1. Machado hit a 2-run homer in the 1st for Baltimore. Alex Smith battling Gossman. 2-2 again, and he takes strike 3. Fastball. So the Rays strand 2. They trail 2-1. 4-game series over this weekend. Doubleheader tomorrow. Jake Faria on the hill. He'll face the top of the order, Trey Mancini. Pitch is a strike. Jones will follow. Machado hits third. Mancini takes this pitch in the dirt. 1-1. Faria ahead in the count. 1-2. This one in the dirt. He checked. Did not offer. The count advances to 2 balls, 2 strikes. The third and fourth innings, very low pitch count innings. Both these pitchers have been pretty good in the pitch count department. Full count.
Well, you got to make one here. You're going through the lineup for the 3rd time. Got some dangerous hitters coming up. Can ill afford a leadoff free pass. So make a pitch time here for Jake Faria.
Liner into left. And that's going to drop. Bernard Span plays it on the short hop. Mancini's aboard to open the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, the scoring began in the bottom of the 1st when Manny Machado connected on the first pitch of the at-bat. That came with Adam Jones aboard. Jake has settled in for 5+ since then. Kevin Gausman has not been easy for the Rays, although they have a number of threats, as the 9 hits would indicate. But no walks from Gausman.
No, and that's where you can get away with that. You're not hurting yourself with the walk, and he's made big pitches, got a big double play turn on Wendell, getting some strikeouts when he needed them.
Adam Jones takes a pitch down. No walks here by either pitcher. Faria in 7 starts coming in had walked only 16, and in 7 starts Gausman had walked only 12. Popper on the infield. Wendell making the call. He'll be out number 1. Well, there's the difference in this game. It's Manny Machado. See where he ranks among the shortstops. 1st in hitting, 1st in home runs. He's tied for 1st in runs batted in, 1st in slugging, 1st in on-base percentage. Pretty much has it covered.
Yeah, and you know what? You lose the position. Just take shortstop out of it and say of everybody in Major League Baseball, and he's still top 5 in most categories, top 10 in the others.
Machado sends one into right. Gomez toward the line, makes the catch on the move. 2 gone.
Gotta like that. 1 pitch, 1 out, dangerous hitter. Tight ball game where everything matters now. You're getting late.
Jonathan Scope will bat. He is 0 for 2, a couple of ground ball outs. Scope back in the Baltimore lineup. He's been out with an oblique strain. Lines it toward right center. That's got some slice, but will get by Gomez. Mancini will be waved around 3rd, and Scope into 2nd with a double to make it 3-1. It's the first career hit by Scope off Faria. He had gone 0 for 10 against him before that double to drive in the run.
Boy, deep out into right center field. If it wasn't hit so hard, Gomez is going to be able to get to it. But there was just so much steam on this thing that he just cannot get there, out of his reach. And with 2 outs and Mancini running on contact, he's going to be able to get all the way around there and score with ease.
Yeah, for a moment, that ball hit by a right-handed hitter with that little slice back, but just out of the reach of Gomez. You can see the frustration expressed by Faria there.
You realize you're that close, and he also realizes what we were just talking about. The margin for error in this game is very thin. You've got Gausman throwing a great game on the other side for the Orioles. It's a 1-run game. You're already down. Can ill afford to give up anything else.
Well, 104.2 off the bat. So that made the difference. Now Scope is in scoring position after the visit to the mound. Faria set to pitch to Chris Davis, who, as you noted the last time up, his approach has changed. 2 for 2, 2 singles tonight.
Not overdoing it. That's been the key.
Strike 1.
You know, now that he has 2 hits here tonight, he may think about overdoing it here. But wow.
Well, you see right there, since the All-Star break last year, hitting 193.
Some familiar names on that list. Jackie Bradley Jr. Saw Logan Morrison down there.
Yep. And 0-2. A lot of big swings on that list. Way up with it. Run home in the 6th, 2 outs, another man in scoring position. Rays again trailed by 2. And a swing and a foul tip right back into the mid of Ramos for the strikeout. 1 run, 1 left. On to the 7th, 3-1.
Baltimore, well, left-handed pitcher Anthony Banda is on the taxi squad today. He is expected to be activated tomorrow. There's no word yet on whether he'll be the 26th man for the doubleheader or if a corresponding roster move will be made. And when we spoke with Banda, he said he had a feeling that he might be called up because in his bullpen yesterday, they worked in using Major League Baseballs rather than the minor league balls. So he kind of knew something was going to be coming, guys.
What a tip-off.
How about that, huh? Every little thing. Pay attention to those things.
Working in the Major League Baseball. So basically they just handed him a cue ball.
Yeah. I mean, one a little slicker than the other one.
No seams.
Yep.
Low seams.
Yep.
Well, it's funny. You go back and pick up like a high school ball. I think I could have even made it curve. Get the big league ball, and those seams are awfully tight.
Two strikes the count on Adeni Echeverria, leading off the 7th. Lines it out to short. Machado makes the catch.
Really smooth there, getting that glove underneath that baseball. That's the second time that he's gotten his counterpart here tonight. Can't believe we only got 2 angles.
Denard Span. It's in there for a strike. Breaking ball. Line drive, and that's going to be over Machado's head toward left center field. Span going to head for 2, and the throw is not in time. Span just for a second found himself almost losing his footing around first base, and that made it close at second, but he hustles his way in there for a double. And just a little slide rounding first.
Well, that pitch meant to be down and in ends up down and away, or at least in. See him shoot it right over the outstretched glove of Machado, and then smelling second. Adam Jones comes up gunning. And came into that bag hard too.
So the double, the 5th of the year for Span.
That's what
Take
you're
a look
talking
at
about,
that.
Dwayne. That ankle, almost that right ankle, a little bit of a roll. Had to recover.
And the Orioles talk it over on the mound. They have the left-hander Blyer up in the bullpen. C.J. Cron's going to be the hitter here with a man at second and 1 out. Boy, the Rays scored a run in the 3rd, had a couple of men on, left him that way in the 4th, and a couple of men on in the 5th. The double play ended that threat. They left 2 on in the 6th. Now a 1 out double in the 7th, and here's Cron. You know, you like this lineup because they will work at bats and hit the ball the other way, but you would like it more if they drive in a couple of runs while doing that.
They were so good at that earlier in the season where they had that hot streak, and that's somewhat cooled. You know, the long ball has dried up a little bit for this team, and the runners in scoring position not nearly what it was earlier.
You know, 1 home run in the last 4 games coming into this one. And a strike on Cron. He pops it up right side into foul territory. Davis, and he's going to have room. 2 gone. Well, again, it's going to be Joey Wendell hitting in that 3rd spot. He is singled, struck out, and grounded into a double play. So this will be the 3rd time he's been up there with runners in scoring position. Looking to make the 3rd time the charm. He is in the Charm City. The pitch a little bit away. 1-0. look again at a pitch wide, up a bit. Wilson Ramos on deck. He's been the hot hitter in the middle of this lineup. Rundle trying to extend the top of the 7th. Ground ball to second. And Scope has it. The toss to first. Rays leave a man at second. Middle of the 7th, 3-1 Baltimore. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. A feature on Willie Adames, Rays top prospect at AAA, and a special Oh No's, a segment on the touch screen. The king of technology.
Ooh.
And back to the mound goes Jake Faria. Jake has allowed 3 runs. Some Rays fans up from Port Charlotte ran into a group of them this afternoon. They made the trek up, enjoying the ballpark here. The Rays on the road.
That great area, great ballpark. They keep it in pristine condition. It's worth the trip. Wins outnumbered right there. Little hostile territory.
But stoic nevertheless.
Expect nothing less from a Rays fan.
Well, here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Mark Trumbull is going to lead off. Maria's night so far.
Well, you know, the Orioles got it started in that first inning, and that's typically when Jake Faria has had his issues. It's been in the first 2 innings of a game, and then he'll calm down from there, and that's exactly what he's done. Came right out, started pounding the zone. He stayed aggressive, enough off speed to keep these guys off balance. I really thought that his mix has been good. It's just that a premier ball player caught a slider middle of the plate down and got it out of the yard. That's the difference right now. Well, he's representing the entire area.
Yes,
with the lightning hat.
Nice going. Great stuff right there.
Yeah, another tough section for a Rays fan to be in, way outnumbered and surrounded.
Well, here we go into the bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Trumbo. Fastball is low.
Yeah.
So a couple ground balls to short tonight.
Think about that. So he's got the Rays shirt on here,
Yep.
facing the Orioles. Got the Lightning hat on. They're facing the Capitals right down the street.
Yeah.
That's the local team of choice. So my man better keep his head on a swivel.
He seems to be quite comfortable. Shot into right field. Gomez looking up, and that will carry out. Opposite field home run for Trumbo. Showing some of his power the other way. Second home run of the night. Given up by Faria. Machado hit the 2-run homer in the first. And now Trumbo.
Well, this has been the game of the opposite field hit. The Rays have a ton of them. Mark Trumbo has a huge one here for the Orioles. Strong man, gets that ball airborne to right up over the high wall.
Trumbo's first home run of the year. It's 4-1. Want to know the count to Cisco. Shane Cisco is going to drop this one into right center. Gomez out there takes care of that on one hop, getting the ball back to the infield. Back-to-back hits.
And Cashback looking at that lineup, looking at who could be available, maybe getting on that horn right here. Get somebody up in that bullpen. Can't afford to let this thing creep away from you anymore. You've got 2 more at-bats, down by 3.
Anthony Santander, a couple fly ball outs, 0 for 2. Swings through the fastball up, strike 1. Stanek shedding the jacket. Fly ball, that's toward the left field corner. Long run for Span, and that ball is just foul. The Rays get a break there. That was trouble, if fair.
Here's how close it is. A few inches. Spot.
Santander coming back to the plate. No outs yet here in the bottom of the 7th. The Rays have fallen 3 runs down. This one popping away, but a quick recovery by Ramos. Big shift there for Santander with the count 1-2. We'll use that big shift. And this one hits him on the hand. Santander hit by a pitch. That pushes Cisco into scoring position.
That ball, it looked like it got part of the hand, part of the knob of the bat.
Jace Peterson, the third baseman. Showing bunt. Play him to pull with Duffy near the bag at third for that exact reason. On third base side, foul. 1 now.
Well, if that bunt got up the line, that was a double. That was one of the hardest bunts you'll see.
Trumbo opened with the opposite field home run. Single and a hit batter followed. Cisco at second, Santander at first. Pitch down and almost ready to fire back to second if necessary. 2-1. Stanek at the ready in the bullpen. Now it's 3-1. Peterson again showing bunt. We get both men into scoring position with the top of the order on deck. It's Trey Mancini.
This little back and forth, and now it gets real tough here. Faria's options can be limited here. Got to make a pitch, got the top of the order coming. Whether he sees them or not, another story.
And ball 4 to load the bases. Well, that pushes Cisco to third, Santander up to second. Bases are loaded. Kevin Cash comes out of the dugout for a call to the bullpen. This one brought to you by the Florida Lottery. The 7th. Don't miss your chance to play for the massive Powerball jackpot, $257 million. Pick your lucky numbers and get your Powerball ticket at any Florida Lottery retailer. The Florida Lottery is your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Jake Faria has allowed 4 runs, responsible for 3 men on as he departs in this 94 pitch performance.
Well, this Oriole lineup able to get to him. You know, look, it was that 3rd time through where they able to score the run in the 6th inning, and obviously have pushed him hard here in the 7th up to Ryan Stanek to try to get out of this thing.
Is looking to Stanek for a big stop right now. Mancini, after the first pitch, fouls it. That fastball in at 98 to start the at bat.
Keep an eye on how many sliders you see here. You know, was a pitch we saw the other day, and it looked to be much improved and effective.
That was a point of emphasis for him at Durham. And there it is.
That's all you need. You know, you can move that thing around and take it off the plate. The fact that you throw 98, 99 forces a hitter to have to be ready to, okay, I got to pull the trigger right away. And then all of a sudden, 88, -10 with some movement.
Blocked there by Ramos. Ball, 2 strikes.
Pitcher catcher.
There you go. What a great spot. Snell spending the evening next to the Rays catcher. I hesitate to say backup. I mean, he's been that, but Sucre has been so good. Swing and a miss. Mancini's out on strike, so Standing goes right to work and gets the strikeout.
Well, here's a fastball to start you out with, and then we're going to go 3 straight off speed. And he finishes them off with another slider and another good one. How about that? That could really be the difference maker for this kid to just become one of those back-end guys.
Yep. Yeah, boy, what a development that would be to have a guy like that with that arm. Now Adam Jones. Tapper foul. Will open the inning with a home run. Cisco single. Santander hit by a pitch. Peterson walk. Trying to bunt runners over and walk. The 0-1 to Jones. And a cut and a miss. Oh, that was a good pitch right there.
Well, the changeup, that might have been the little split change. Well, he definitely has these guys thinking about that fastball. It's going to make the off speed so much more effective, and his ability now to throw it for strikes and to throw it to enough to entice guys to swing the bat. That's huge.
And a cut and a miss. He strikes out Jones. 2 up and 2 down, and he's getting exactly what he needed coming in to strike out Mancini and Jones. Well, look at this.
Go right back with another split. And this thing just kind of darts down and away. You see Ramos has to reach, and so does Jones.
Well, here's another big test, and Manny Machado.
Look away, nothing to see here.
Takes the pitch away. 98. Machado hit his 11th home run of the year in the first inning. And unloads a high shot back into deep left center. That's gonna be gone. Machado's 8th career grand slam. On the heels of strikeouts of Mancini and Jones, Machado hits the 1-0 pitch out. It's 8-1. Fly ball off the bat of Scope. Span takes care of that. But 8 men come to the plate, 2 home runs in the inning, including the Machado grand slam. Span ran out of room. It's 8-1 Baltimore. Grand slam. And there's the slider. And Machado capped a 5-run inning with that shot, 101.9 miles per hour. Launched at 33 degrees. And on to the 8th we go. Wilson Ramos takes the pitch, and it's a strike. Greg Gentry is in the game now, playing left field, replacing Trey Mancini. Fly ball into right. It's caught by Santander. 1 out in the 8th.
Well, what was a very competitive game for the vast majority of it has obviously been blown open here late. And look at the ball and strike breakout there by Gausman. 81-20. How many of the 81 were actually in the strike zone? That's how nasty his stuff has been. A lot of swings on stuff outside of the zone. But boy, he's been pounding.
Duffy down in the count, 1 strike. Another foul ball. Well, the at-bats for Duffy pretty indicative of the night Gausman has had in terms of pitches thrown and out of the zone. Only 1 pitch out of the zone taken by Duffy. Everything else strikes. He's down 0-2 right now. And he fouls this one back. "15 out of 16 pitches to Duffy have turned out to be strikes of one sort or another." Faria worked 6 innings plus, gave up 7 runs, 8 hits. A walk, 3 strikeouts, a couple of home runs. There's a ball, 1-2 now. Into center field, straight in comes Jones. That's going to fall in front of him. Duffy picks up his second hit, dropping it into shallow center. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, that's it for Kevin Gausman. He departs with a big lead. This, the Florida Lottery call to the bullpen. Third. 11 hits and a run. Didn't walk anybody. Threw a ton of strikes tonight. Richard Blyer to replace him, to face Brad Miller. 1-0 the count.
How about those numbers? In 17 appearances, the ERA .40. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys.
The line drive base hit into center. Moves Duffy up to second.
Well, you know, you think about Kevin Gausman's night tonight, and you talk about scattering hits, because he pounded the strike zone. Good stuff. Got some strikeouts when he needed it, but he also gave up those 11 hits in 7+ innings. So the Rays did have opportunities against him, but boy, did he make the big ones when he needed to make the big ones. Kept this thing a 2-1 game, and then all of a sudden his offense blew it open.
Gomez fouls this one back for a strike. The Rays have a dozen hits tonight. Two. Two-strike count here. Big blow in the bottom of the 7th inning, the grand slam. Rays have been victimized 3 times this year by slams. Bogarts, Boston, Rosario with Minnesota, and now Machado with Baltimore. It's down 1-2. Friday night crowd of 28,170 here in Baltimore tonight. The Orioles have won 2 in a row for the 2nd time this year, and a big lead. looking to win their 3rd straight. Into right center field off the bat of Gomez. That ball's going to go all the way to the wall, scoring Duffy and Miller. Gomez digs for 3rd. He's in there with a triple, driving in 2. The Rays make it 8-3.
Getting a little uncomfortable in that Baltimore dugout as the Rays here have exploded. 3 straight hits, and this one they tried to go back down and in with that slider. Left it out over the plate, and Gomez able to rope it out into right center field.
First triple of the year for Carlos Gomez. Gives him 10 runs batted in for the season. Smith takes a strike. A little popper into shallow left center. That ball will be caught. Gentry makes the play. Now the throw to the plate gets by the catcher. Blyer tries to back it up, and here comes Gomez in to score, and the Rays pick up their 4th run of the night. Well, the throw back in gets away.
Yeah, how? How do you let that ball get away? That is a horrible run to give up if you're the Orioles. The Rays will take anything that they can get. This ball out in shallow left center field, and here comes Gentry with the throw. It's going to be a one-hop, knock it down, there you go. And it just skips over the glove. I mean, how that happened, well, who cares? It's a run for the Rays, but that's a bad play.
Gentry charged with an error on the one-hop throw.
You see catchers all the time on those throws like that, where the guy's not coming, you just square up to it and just knock it down. He tried to glove it, Olay it. Give me none of that Olay stuff.
Now line drive and a base hit by Echeverria into left. Well, this is getting kind of interesting right here. Gomez scored on the throwing error. As he comes in, you see his reaction up close and personal right there. Gentry is charged with an error.
Sometimes you just need a nap. Take a nap.
Gomez taking a little nap.
You tell people to do that all the time, Dwayne.
It's refreshing.
Well, you know, somebody gets a little squirrely, you just say, you know, maybe it's time to take a nap.
Well, the Rays have made it 8-4, and they have a man at first with the top of the order. Denard Span coming up. Rays have 14 hits on the night. 4 runs. Span's 2 for 4. The pitch is too low. And now he looks at strike 1. Two outs, 3 runs in, man at first. Span checks on the breaking ball down and away. C.J. Cron is on deck. And a strike, 2-2. Fun to see Cron get a chance to bat in this inning. 2-2 now to Span with Echeverria at first. And ball 3, and the count is full.
Well, Blyer, who was basically, I think, had given up 1 earned run on the season, and the Rays have tuned him up here tonight. And you're right, you're 1 more pitch away from getting Crone to the plate, and things get real interesting.
And ball 4, the Rays will get Crone to the plate on the walk to Span. And that brings Buck Showalter out of the dugout. So the Rays will have 2 men on with 2 men out. And a call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Slink Live TV you love, only better. And by your local Honda dealer. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The Rays trying to mount a comeback. Trail 8-4. 2 men on with 2 men out. Brad Brock into the game for Baltimore with C.J. Crone due up for the Rays. Crone 2 for 4 tonight. Bounces it down to third. Glove there by Peterson, who steps on the bag. And the Rays are finished in the 8th. They put up 3. It's 8-4 Baltimore. leading the Rays. Tune in tonight for in-depth analysis of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals. We'll have everything you need to know on the Lightning Live postgame show tonight following Rays Live.
Oh,
Lightning down 4-0 in the second period in that Eastern Conference Final.
well, they're down by 4 late, getting late. So are the Rays.
And Johnny Venters is on to hold Baltimore as he faces Chris Davis to open the inning. Bounds it back, strike one. Venters at 93 on the first pitch, and we've seen that velocity edge north.
You're right. And you know, it probably is never going to get back to where he was. I mean, he was way up there, Jose Alvarado land. But 93, 94, that's plenty of velo. And you see the arm side run that he gets when he throws that fastball. Hides the ball well, almost a short arm. His story is fantastic.
And he strikes out Davis. 3 pitches, 1 away.
Fastball in to start him, and then let's start heading to the breaking ball. Save the best for last. That is beautiful.
Well, it's Mark Trumbo. A homer to lead off the 7th inning. Turned out to be a 5-run inning. The fastball quick in there and a strike. Faria, Stanek, and now Venters. Down to third. Into the glove of Duffy and across the diamond to Miller. A strikeout and a ground out. 2 up, 2 down. Now the catcher, Cisco up there. Chance Cisco is 1 for 3. Had a base hit in their 5-run 7th and scored. It's 1-1. Rays in the 9th will have Wendell, Ramos, and Duffy due up. Any deeper, it would be Miller. Two and 1. Three balls and a strike. Run it all the way to 3-2. 5th appearance for Venters since he was added to the roster on the 25th of April.
Now he's been impressive and efficient.
There's a long one to right field. That's going to get out of here. 3-2 pitch. And Cisco hits his 2nd home run of the year. It's a 5-run game now, 9-4.
Well, Cisco, both of his home runs this season have come off the Rays, and right there he gets a full count fastball trying to go down and away, and one of the few times that we've seen Johnny Venters miss his spot. And Cisco makes him pay.
There's a chop. That's a foul ball down the third base side. Duffy makes the pickup. Santander will return to the plate. Four home runs for Baltimore tonight. Machado has hit 2, Trumbo 1, and now Cisco. Another ground ball, and Duffy makes the throw to first, picked by Miller. 1 run on the home run. We go to the 9th inning. It's 9-4 Baltimore. Manny Machado has been the center of the Baltimore attack. They have 9 runs, 10 hits, and he's driven in 6 of those runs. 2 homers, including a grand slam. We go to the 9th with Joey Wendell leading off for the Rays. Taking a ball, 1-0. Wendell singled in the first inning. 1 for 4 overall. And a liner base hit into center. And the Rays put the leadoff man aboard, picking up their 15th hit of the night. So Wendell is aboard.
I'll tell you what, this game is still, far from over. They've got to get 3 more outs, but you would like to see 15 hits into a game, more than 4 runs. That's not a lot of bang for your buck.
Well, it's been a night of frustration. The Rays have left 10 men on base through the first 8 innings. Ramos got a base hit in the 4th to extend his hitting streak, 1 for 4. And now he takes ball 2, 2-0. Duffy on deck. Pitch up and foul back. The high fastball from Brock. Well, Take a look at that lineup there. 7 multiple hit performances in that lineup. 2-2 the count to Ramos. And that's strike 3 call. Ramos takes the fastball and is called out on strikes.
Well, you get caught looking for something else. It's sitting on a 2-strike pitch. You get 94 right there. And Ramos, no arguments at all. He knew it.
Now a tap foul by Duffy. Duffy 2 for 4 tonight with a run scored.
He's going to be sore tonight from all the swings. That's all he's got, is that steady dose of strikes. Another one here to start this AB.
And a cut and a miss. With 15 hits. The season's high 18. That was that game at the end of April against the Red Sox at Fenway. The ground ball headed to short. Machado glove toss to second. Over to first for the double play. Machado with the glove toss to start the double play to end this game. No runs ahead and nobody left in the ninth. And the Rays dropped the first game of this series to the Baltimore Orioles, 9-4.
Yeah, and getting fancy here at the end. What a turn by the middle infield of the Orioles. Kind of apropos for this one. Won 3 in a row.
3-game winning streak for Baltimore. The Rays have dropped 4. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. We'll be with you tomorrow at 2:30 at Twinville tomorrow. Right back for the post game in a moment.